Grand Rise in America. My name is G.S. Brooks from the At-Risk Movement, and today we're going to talk about the Kevin Samuels effect.
So, for those of you who didn't hear my little rant, I said, apparently, I'm not supposed to talk about something. As an image consultant, corporate image consultant, life coach, I'm going to talk about high value, and if you don't like it, leave. You don't like it, leave, but you're not going to stop me from talking about it. And what you're really going to do is get me to turn it on full blast. I've been metering myself. Honestly, I've been trying to kind of take it easy because, honestly, when it gets right down to it, I'm talking about rarefied air, where unless you want to be up in the high altitude, competing with the best of the best, you might need to stay in your lane. I'm not here for the YouTube games, and clicks and, I understand the YouTube thing and you're high, and I do the same thing. If something's trending, I'll talk about it. But one thing I don't do is I don't lie on people. I don't beef with people, and I don't make up disingenuous arguments. That's why I said, bottom line, if I have never spoken to any of these content creators, especially the people who are around my size, if you haven't sent me an email, made a phone call, reached out to somebody, then what is your problem? And if you're talking about what I'm talking about and you're not quoting me correctly, like I said, people need to look at you or anything you have to say with the side eye. But I get it. You got to have content. I'm hot right now. But here's the thing. I'm hot right now because I'm doing what I know. I've been doing this for a long time. So unless you really want to go subject matter expert to subject matter expert, like I said, if you want to talk, discuss the topic, discuss anything that I talk about, the phone line is open. As long as you're willing to get over here on the Zoom call, get on camera, and let's hash it out. Let's talk about it. But all these one-off videos talking about me, that's part of the YouTube thing across the board. But here's the thing that's unique about, I think, about Black folks. Every other group sees that somebody's moving up, and you will have haters, critics, but they will be in their sector, like in fragrance. When Jeremy Fragrance started taking off from the rest of the pack, his haters and critics were other fragrance reviewers that he was kicking their ass. But you didn't have people outside of Fragrance coming over talking about Jeremy Fragrance.
In the effort to offer some clarity of my position on Kevin Samuels, I am going to address a few things in this video essay. To be clear, I am not in absolute opposition of Kevin Samuels, nor am I trying to piggyback off his viral success. I understand that he may feel attacked, and that is an unfortunate symptom of success. However, he does often inspire men to compete, so he should be encouraged that his advice was well received, even if it means other men would challenge and critique his positions. I personally don't think that men should be competing unless it's some type of sport, but I digress. The purpose of my response to Kevin Samuels is simply, in his brilliance, he has brought the issue of mating in the Black community, of which I am wholeheartedly invested. However, Kevin Samuels has chosen to represent a minority of Black males. By his own admission, he has stated that only 10% of males are considered high value. Therefore, since the Black male population is predominantly middle class and lower class according to economic acquisition, I am going to briefly define the categories of everyday common Black male and Black females in this video. Contemporary Black males. For the sake of argument, I describe the Black male in 3 different categories. Remarkable. A contemporary Black male that has extraordinary potential. They are intelligent, whether through formal education or street knowledge. They are talented. They have a craft or special skill. They possess a sense of entrepreneurial development. They are driven and motivated. They are constantly seeking knowledge to enhance their individual self-growth, their character, and their quality of life. They are beneficent, giving and caring to family, friends, and to their community. They possess a high level of integrity, self-esteem, and respect for themselves and others. Some may possess a high level of arrogance and rely on individual accomplishment as opposed to group uplift. Average. The average contemporary Black male has potential. They are smart, hardworking, practical, and skill-orientated. They normally are working men and routine-driven. They are caring, giving, mostly to their inner circle or family. They are likely to be married or want a family to care for. They are respectable, especially to elders and children, but they can be rude. Because most have been reared in a maternal single-parent household, many exhibit traits of gossip more often than what is expected from male behavior. They are normally comfortable in his own routine or lifestyle and less likely to try new things or take risks. Mediocre. A mediocre contemporary Black male normally has no reliable skills or determination. They have little or no desire to elevate oneself, is comfortable being dependent or reliant upon others. They often shift the blame of their failures to circumstance in an effort to avoid accountability. Many lack interest in anything progressive, lack self-motivation, and often has a pessimistic opinion of others as well. They will often point out why something would not work if they have an opinion at all, is often angry and unkempt, lacks education, and has an aversion to knowledge, most likely to thrive off of negativity, confrontational, normally receives self-worth from engaging in violence, erroneously perceives respect as fear, a bully, and often communicates through some form of threat or intimidation, easily manipulated to engage in mischief making and swift to take detrimental and nonsensical risks, may possess a high or moderate talent, but lacks the knowledge or drive to utilize it. The contemporary Black female. Extraordinary. The extraordinary contemporary Black female is highly motivated, seeks an education and a job, is a caregiver and homemaker, is respectable and kind, has a strong sense of integrity, well-groomed, take care of her internal and external appearance, is often a multitasker. They balance home with work, normally considered unapproachable because of her high level of character and maintenance, normally begins working as a teenager, provides for her family, ladylike and feminine, can often be materialistic, engage in sex for love or pleasure, most desirable but rare. Ordinary. The ordinary contemporary Black female often works for a living, spends an unhealthy amount of time watching TV shows or engaging in social media, heavily invested into gossip, speaks of the flaws, vices, and misfortunes of others constantly, has a bad attitude or negative disposition, often rude without provocation, depending on her mood, must have the last word, fails to take responsibility for her own words or actions, manipulative, finds value in self from the attention that she draws from others, has an unhealthy internalized hatred for men, grossly opinionated, equates her emotional reactions or feelings about something as facts and ignore evidence of the contrary, vehemently rejects active listening, especially if it is something that she is not interested in or something that she has no desire to hear. Normally angry, has distorted views of reality, equates self-worth by how many men desires her or what she can get from a man, uses sex as a weapon or form of control. Trivial. The trivial contemporary black female often lacks self-esteem, has very little motivation, especially beyond basic needs or wants, dependent upon others for basic needs, often projects a victim mentality, antisocial, manipulative, normally depressed, has unresolved childhood trauma that she uses as an excuse for her inability to grow, pessimistic, often has an addictive personality, may work but normally at a low-level job, finds it difficult to maintain employment or is a welfare recipient, can possess a loud mouth or be abnormally silent, between two extremes, either frigid or promiscuous, commonly uses sex to trap men. The femme fatale. The femme fatale is usually an ordinary woman with the traits of both the extraordinary woman because of her beauty and the trivial woman because of unresolved childhood trauma. But she is manipulative and feeds off of chaos and dysfunction. Her beauty makes her dangerous because she can lure men into her dysfunctional interests. If offended, the femme fatale uses her female privilege to get her way. If exercising aggression does not work, which it often does, her tears will. She uses her tears to manipulate men because in her experience, tears are the most effective at getting what she wants. This type of woman has caused many men to be violent against other men just to appease her or receive her attention, however short-lived. Most disturbing about the femme fatale influence over men is her ability to get any male in every category to avenge her or do her bidding because of her beauty. These women are dangerous because they thrive on dysfunctional thinking and have an unhealthy attraction to violent men. They relish in dating dangerous men because they like the control that he possesses over others, as it is a reflection of her abilities of influence. And it is an ego boost to know that she can manipulate him at will, making her internally feel dominant despite her feminine attributes. Most men, motivated by their lower nature, will engage in violence to impress her because they desire the opportunity for sexual access with her. Many lives have been destroyed by the femme fatale, and they normally walk away unscathed from the damage that they initiate. Let's build. Once again, my name is G.S. Brooks of the At Risk Movement, and I approve this message.